Momentum was so much fun. This was my 4th year going, but it was definitely my favorite by far, and I think that was just because of our group, the leaders and the students. I'd say that we were all friendly, if not friends, before the trip, but over the small week, like the few days we were together, just the 10-hour car rides together and waking up with one another and having late nights with one another, talking and growing with each other, and eating dinner and lunch together and breakfast, and just connecting with God and growing a relationship with God alongside each other. This week was just really life-changing for each of us, I think I can say.
The worship was amazing. Love the worship there. The speakers were top tier. A way God touched my heart at Momentum would have been when C.L. Shepherd was talking in one of the morning sessions, and he called people down to commit their lives. And I like I told the group, I didn't know why. Like, it just kind of felt like I felt something in my heart telling me, like, do it. Just do it and follow, commit, follow.
John 10:27, he said, my sheep hear my voice. I know them, they follow me. You know what he says in verse 28? No one can snatch them out of my hands. What that means is if you truly surrender totally, you are his, he is yours, that's it. You don't have to wonder another day about your relationship with God and your right standing with God.
And so I did it. I went up to the altar with a whole bunch of people from the conference, and we said a prayer together. And that was definitely a moment. My knees were shaking up there.
Something that one of the speakers said really stuck out to me, and he talked about salt and light and how God calls us to be the salt and light. And he talked about salt as in the salt that you put in your food.
This is one of those metaphors, illustrations that when Jesus said it to his audience, they all went, oh my gosh, that's dope. We hear that and we go, salt, kind of weird.
And he talked about how back then salt was a really valuable commodity. And he said it was a daily need, it was life-giving. And he compared that to how Christ calls us to be the salt and the light. And he says that we are life-giving. We are a daily necessity that the world needs. And he said that God will use our salt and light so that others see him through us. And so we are to be hope dealers in every environment that we're in. So no matter who we're surrounded by, where we work, what school looks like, whoever we're surrounded by and whatever environment we're in, we're called to be dealers of hope so that others can see Christ through us.
I think that God has been teaching me in this time that I've had to really just take the idea that he loves me from my head and move it to my heart. And I think that he's really been showing me to just put him first and take away those idols that I might not have thought were super prominent in my life, but I know now that I really need to put God first and have him all-encompassing in all areas of my life.
I really liked the worship. I felt, for me, that was where I got to experience God the most, and I was just able to not focus on what other people were doing. And I felt like for Momentum, I could just do what I want and not focus on what other people were thinking about me.
Momentum was a very new experience for me this year. I had never heard of it before, and I had never been to anything like it. I was originally invited to Elevate by Noah, and I started coming in February, which is when I heard about Momentum for the first time. I decided very spontaneously that I wanted to go, knowing it would be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, but I knew that I couldn't afford it on my own. I would like to say thank you to whoever was able and willing to sponsor the trip for me. I would not have been able to go without that help from you. Your generosity means the world to me. One of the most significant parts about Momentum for me was having the chance to get to know everyone from Elevate better and building friendships that will last a lifetime. Being around everyone felt like home, and it became obvious quickly that we were all there together for a reason. I have no doubt that God was working within our group to bring us closer together while also bringing us closer to Him. I know I definitely felt Him working in my life every day we were there, and especially now that I'm home. I'm not usually a big crowd kind of person, but there was just something about being around that many people every day that made me feel connected like I never had before. There are a million things I could say about my experience in Indiana, but Elevate changed my life, Momentum changed my life. I wouldn't trade the memories, friendships, and the time spent with God for anything.
We're each really excited to see not only how the momentum started at the conference, but that it didn't end that last night, that it's just gonna keep going, and we're so excited to take that into our schools and to work into our lives and families, and I think we're really just excited for that, so I can't wait to see how the momentum keeps going and wait for next year too.
Everyone should experience momentum at least once in their life.
I can't wait to go back next year.